What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome back to another episode of the Portsmouth Career Mode series. This is episode number 83, guys, and we are going to start today's episode off by taking a little look at our inbox. In the last episode, I did ask you guys if you think I should accept this Colombia offer that we did actually receive in the last episode at the end of the transfer window, and oh my god, the response was incredible. So I've decided to go ahead and accept it, and a lot of you guys were saying don't play the friendlies, just play the international matches and basically all of the competitive matches that actually count for something. That's what I plan on doing with this Colombian side. And to be honest, looking at all the players that we have in the international team, we have some really good players. We've got Quintero, we've got James Rodriguez, who's 91 overall. Probably going to be the star player that really is going to be our cult hero, really, if we actually manage to do anything with the Colombian national team. I really am hopeful that we can win something with the Colombian national team because we've got a good side. We've got players like Falcao in there. I mean, our attack force, really can't argue with that. That is incredible. But our defence, arguably, is probably our weakest area. Our wing backs especially, they're not really the best. Our Mero isn't really that good, and neither is Arias. I mean, they're okay, but they could be better, considering we've got players like James Rodriguez in the side, who is 91 overall. That is insane, 91 overall. You know, we've also got Falcao as well, who's 89 overall. I would expect some better players in there, but we will have to wait and see. I can't actually change the lineups because we actually have some friendly matches coming up, which you will see in this episode. Our first matches as Colombian manager, but after those two matches are over, which you will see, we are going to be able to choose our side. We're going to be able to do what we want with it, and we are going to be able to choose some really good players. I'm sure that in the roster, somewhere down there, we're going to see a bit of a hidden gem. I'm sure we are, and maybe we'd actually sign them for Portsmouth. Who knows? That's really the hope that we are gonna, well, gain from this managerial experience with Colombia. I'm just hopeful that we can actually pick out some nice players and do well with the Colombian national team, because if you do well with one national team, then some other national teams that are a little bit more of a step up may call. One of them being the England manager job. I really do hope we get that in this career mode one day, because that will allow me to get English players a lot easier in this series, and of course that will mean that they all have full scout reports on them, so that'll be very useful. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked about the Colombia job, really, thinking too far ahead. As for the time being, we're in this match against Watford here in the Capital One Cup, round 1, I believe it is. And we actually take the lead here. Jeremy Boga getting on the end of a bit of a bad parry there by the goalkeeper. Don't really know what he was doing, and I also don't know what Boga was doing there. Had he have missed that opportunity, it was pretty much an open goal. No idea why he chested it down like that. Could have just shot it first time. Put me under a little bit of stress there, because I thought he was actually going to end up missing the opportunity. And then Deeney gets a good chance there for Watford, who are now in the Premier League. So that's a little bit interesting fact for you guys. Watford are now going to be in the Premier League next season, and that'll be a very interesting team to see how they do and see what kind of signings they manage to make as they equalise there. So clearly they're a strong side, showing it there, getting the equaliser. And I do believe when we were in the Championship with them, they were a really strong side, and I'm surprised they're not in the Premier League yet. Maybe they will be next season. We'll just have to wait and see. But in real life, they are now in the Premier League. So that'll be very interesting to see how they do. And they equalise there, unfortunately, which was a little bit of a shame. A little bit against the run of play, to be honest. I was having all the possession, as you can see there. 61% possession to 39. And we get a good opportunity there just before half-time with Chalobah having a shot. And in this match, I think Chalobah was the only first-team player that I actually gave an opportunity to. Apart from that, we were giving a whole new lineup a go in this match. A lot of our reserve players getting a little bit of a go in this match, and Jack Watmer really wasn't looking good. That could have been the second goal for Watford there in the game. He was really responsible for the first goal, and Troy Deeney came close there to doubling their lead and getting them in front in this match. And then we'd get a good opportunity ourselves here, trying to head it across goal with Jeremy Boga, and we keep the chance alive here as Milosevic goes for a shot, and unfortunately The goalkeeper had an easy time with that, and then on the counter-attack here we get a good opportunity, and this is exactly what I mean. Counter-attacks are so lethal, especially on Legendary. They push so many bodies forward, and it is Luke James who really does a lot of work there, and he does it really, really well. A really good striker, a backup striker that we do have. Luke James is a fantastic player when he gets an opportunity. Hasn't been growing last season, but he started to grow this season after I loaned him out for a season-long loan, and he is really, really starting to impress me. Luke James getting the goal there to put us in front, and that is a vital goal because we did not want this to go to extra time. We didn't want to waste any player's fitness because we may have needed it in the next match, which was only a couple of days later. And it's Alex McCarthy there making a good save on his Portsmouth debut. And in the end, we pick up a 2-1 result, which is very, very good. It is Jeremy Boga and also Luke James getting the goals. And although it was only a very, very marginal victory, basically, we only won by a tight margin, I still felt that we did have a dominance in the game, and I was very, very happy with the way that we did play. In the second half, we didn't really have too much possession, as Watford did look to take the lead and provide a shock first round to the Capital One Cup for us by knocking us out, but luckily we go through. Although I don't care about the Capital One Cup, it is a good opportunity to give young players and fringe players a good opportunity to show what they can do. And Luke James, he came up big in that match, and he was very, very happy that I did give him the opportunity to play. That's exactly what I mean. If you give a player an opportunity to play, no matter how bad they are, as long as it's not an important match, you may as well give them a go, because they could end up scoring a crucial goal. And Luke James proving that right there. I mean, he scored a really, really nice goal, to be honest. Fake shot round the defender, and then he finessed it into the far corner. It was really, really nice by him, and I was very impressed with how he played in that match. Jeremy Boga as well. He really did play very, very well as we go into our first game here as Colombian manager, and wow, do we win it in style. 5-1 against USA. Armero getting a goal, and I believe our whole attack line, Cuadrado, Rodriguez, Quintero, and also I believe it was Falcao getting in on the score sheet. And then we have our second and final friendly here, which is going to be against Mexico. We did actually take the lead, and then they actually scored literally a minute later. But luckily for us, Zuniga was on hand to get the goal that would actually make us undefeated in our first two matches as Colombian manager. Although they were only friendlies, I'm very, very happy with the way that we started. And we will be taking a look in the next episode at the players that we have at our disposal. Now that we can pick our own teams as Colombian manager and we are out of the friendlies, we can do what we want with the side, make it our own, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do in the next episode. Not in this episode, because we've got this match against Arsenal to concentrate in, and it's a very, very difficult one indeed. Arsenal, they have a very, very strong side. Although they don't have any new signings apart from Higuain, they really don't need any more players because their side in career mode is just so, so good. So many really, really good players there, and they hit the post there with Higuain. Very, very unlucky. They probably should have scored from that. But it was a really, really boring game, to be honest. There weren't too many chances in the first half, and in the second half, it was even worse. There were really not many chances whatsoever. This was a good one for Arsenal, to be honest, as Walcott, really bad defending by me, just allowing him to get the cross into the middle. And luckily for me, Sanchez can't win the header, and that means that they were pushing a lot of men forward. They were obviously trying to get the goal that would put them in front and secure the 3 points late on. But of course I saw that they had Mertesacker and I have Jordan Ibe. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to run all the way through their defence and I'm going to have a shot, because that always seems to work. You can always abuse on the counter-attack with pace, and even on the legendary AI, you can just do that. You can do that against them. Go straight through the middle of the defence. It looks like I'm playing on amateur, but really I'm not. It's just that Mertesacker is so goddamn slow and Jordan Ibe is so goddamn fast that it just really isn't a match, really. And in the end, thanks to Jordan Ibe beating Mertesacker in a race, we end up picking up a 1-0 result, which is very, very important in our season, because of course we are looking to qualify for Champions League again if we don't do well in the Champions League this term, because I really don't think that we're going to win the Champions League this year. Let's just face it, we're not good enough to be winning the Champions League, but in my opinion, we did deserve to win that match and we got the result, so that really is something that did make me happy, to be honest. 6 shots and 5 on target. I believe that that is a bit of dominance right there from us, and it's good to see that we're doing well, even against a strong side such as Arsenal. But you can see there we're looking at our Champions League group stage, and you can see there that we have Juventus, CSK Moscow, and we also have Celtic, I believe. So in my opinion, that is a very good group in my opinion, because we could have got a lot worse. You can see these other groups here. Some of them are fairly easy for these teams, and some of them are fairly difficult, to be honest. Real Madrid, PSG, and also FC Porto. That'll be an interesting group indeed. But our group is very good. The only real problem that I will see is trying to win against Juventus. Apart from that, CSK Moscow and also Celtic, I think we can easily beat them. But I don't want to prematurely say that, because we could end up losing, and I don't want to be saying that and then go on to lose all of those matches. But this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and if you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode, then please be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And in the next episode, we will be playing our first game in our Champions Group Stage match, and it will be against Celtic, so that's going to be a very interesting one. And if you guys are looking forward to that, then of course leave a like on the video. I really do appreciate all the support that you have been giving me of recent. If we can keep it up on this video, guys, that would be greatly appreciated. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.